Obviously, it's been a strange day here in Tampa Bay with our governor. A good man was attacked today, Andrew Warren, by the governor of Florida, unjustifiably and probably unconstitutionally. This kind of activity on behalf of our governor is not new, but it's awful, and it needs to stop. Andrew Warren was duly elected the state attorney for the people of this district, throughout Hillsborough County. Not once, but twice. Twice. He's done a great job. He is a wonderful state attorney. You heard about a case that he's been handling responsibly, prudently, and fairly, and how he has brought justice to bear over and over and over again for the people of this part of the state of Florida. And yet our governor decides that he wants to have some kind of a circus here in Tampa Bay and try to suspend this good man as a state attorney, as a prosecutor, to keep the people of this community safe. Now, the fact that he got reelected state attorney is significant. The way you suspend or change who the state attorney is in the state of Florida is an election. It's the same way you remove a governor who doesn't understand that he's supposed to be appropriate and decent and have good judgment. And he has none of the above. And we saw it on full display today in a charade that was stunning. Stunning. We're the third largest state in America, and our governor acts this way? Well, I think we have figured out why he acts this way. He wants to be the Republican nominee for president after this election, November the 8th. He's not going to get that chance because he's not going to get reelected the governor of the state of Florida. And he doesn't deserve to be. To run roughshod over the U.S. Constitution, the Florida Constitution, is unconscionable. This is a guy who went to Harvard and Yale, and he doesn't understand how to read the Constitution. He doesn't understand that there's a right to privacy in the Florida Constitution stronger than what exists in the U.S. Constitution, because he signed a law, the 15-week bill, that violates the privacy clause of the Florida Constitution. Andrew understood that and talked about it just a little bit ago, because he is a smart lawyer, and he's of pure heart, and he does a great job. And he was maliciously attacked and sabotaged today in his own office. I've talked to a number of great legal minds today that are appalled by the governor's actions. They cannot believe it. But that's what we're dealing with right now. You know, and the really sad part of it is that Governor DeSantis, threw women under the bus again today. He did it when he signed this ridiculous law back in the spring, restricting a woman's right to choose. He doesn't respect women. He doesn't care about women. He's not doing what's right for women in our state. I can't wait to get elected governor of this state so I can defend women and their right to choose every single day. I've already announced that I will sign an executive order on the first day of the second Crist administration, an executive order protecting a woman's right to choose. And we will take this law to court. And if need be, we'll have a constitutional amendment opportunity and get the signatures necessary to amend the Constitution and make it even more strict if the Florida Supreme Court screws it up. I hope they don't, but we don't know. We'll find out. But we're ready. We are ready for action to protect a woman's right to choose. That's what these good people are standing up here for me, with me, about today. We're at an inflection point in the history of Florida. We have a governor that doesn't respect over half of our population women, wants to dictate to them what to do. You would think you'd see this in other countries, not in the United States of America. We are fighting for democracy here, my friends, and our governor is not on the side of democracy. I'm a Democrat running for governor to protect democracy. He's an autocrat that would love to be the dictator of Florida and then America. It is outrageous what we're seeing, and we have to call it out for what it is. Remember, This governor went after African-American citizens in our state. 2 congressional districts he basically redlined out. One in North Florida held by Al Lawson, the other in Central Florida held by my colleague also, Val Demings. I mean, over and over again, he's picking out different groups to tear Florida apart, to pit people against one another. LGBTQ, African Americans, you name it, women, what we're talking about today. What is wrong with him? He's appealing to a very small sliver of the hard right Republican vote for Iowa and New Hampshire. And he has forgotten our beautiful Florida in the process. And it breaks my heart. It's why I'm running for governor, because I love Florida. I love her with all my heart. And you deserve to have a governor who wakes up every morning thinking about you and your children and a better education and protecting this beautiful environment that we have in this great state. He doesn't do it ever. It's unbelievable. But we are still a democracy yet. And so we have a solution. We can change this. And it's only about 3 months away. I've got a primary on August 23rd. I look forward to it. I'm confident, but I'm certainly not complacent. But I know this. In my heart, I know where the people of Florida are. I know them, and they know me. They're good, decent people that have mutual respect for all people. We're one of the most diverse states in America. We should celebrate that every day. I'm going to conclude by telling you that, you know, I wear these yellow wristbands every day. A number of you have heard that. And all it does is talk about a rule. It's called the Golden Rule. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. Well, if Ron DeSantis ever knew the Golden Rule, he sure as hell has forgotten it. Because what he's doing to women, to African Americans, to LGBTQ, to Disney World, the list goes on and on and on, is horrific. Horrific. You know, he comes in here with his bravado and bluster and bullying, and Tampa Bay deserves better. And I know Andrew Warren deserves better than what he got. He will beat this thing because it's unjust, it's unfair, and it's arrogant. This is the most arrogant governor I've ever seen in my life in Florida, ever. We've had some great governors, and we're going to have some great ones again. But this guy is the worst. With that, I'll turn it over to Sean Shaw if you want to say something, Sean.
Thank you, Governor. Usually, I'm not surprised by stuff that Governor DeSantis does, but even this is pretty shocking. Andrew Warren's not only a good state attorney, he's a good man. He's a good husband. He's a good father. He's a good public servant that won election twice. He got more votes than Ron DeSantis in this county. But the governor continues to believe that this is the free state of Ron DeSantis, rather than the state of Florida, the Sunshine State. And so I hope we get back to a time where the governor of this state not only governs those that voted for him or her, you're also the governor of the other people that didn't vote for you. And we've really gotten away from that. DeSantis believes he only answers to the Iowa primary voters. That is not how you govern this state. Every Floridian deserves to have a governor that listens to him, that pays attention to them, and that respects them. And he's 0 for 3 on that count today. So I'll turn it back over.
Bless you. Anybody else want to speak? No? If you have any questions, be happy to answer. Yes, ma'am.
Is there ever a situation in which a governor should suspend a state attorney?
Rarely. And the reason I answer it that way is that, you know, I was Attorney General. So I know about prosecutorial discretion. And that's what state attorneys have. It's inherent in the office. You know, they only have so many resources. And so they have to allocate those resources to cases they think are front and center and very important to their community. That's why they're locally elected. And what the governor is doing is usurping the authority of the locally elected, democratically elected state attorney, Andrew Warren, and supplanting himself in that spot. He does it to school boards. He does it to county commissions. He does it to mayors all over the state. He does it to people. He wants to be the dictator of Florida. And he's not going to ever be.
To piggyback on
yeah.
that, what, you know, as a former attorney general and former governor, how important, or I guess not how important, but what is the reason for that discretion? Like, why is it so important that some state attorneys can pursue certain things more than others?
It's a great question because, you know, things that happen in Stark, Florida, up in North Florida, are different than the kind of things that may be happening in Miami, for example. You know, in one part of the state, we may have more of a drug problem. In another part, it may be more homicides. And, you know, you have to have that different discretion for, you know, it's a big state, right? And so, you know, Pensacola has one set of issues. Key West probably has a different set. And so that's inherent in the job to give that kind of flexibility so that the locally elected official can make the best decision for their community. It's a community objective.
Congressman, what precedent do you think precedent may have been set today in terms of, you know, looking toward the future, elected leaders disagreeing with each other on policy?
Well, the governor set a new low. That's the precedent that was set today. I mean, it's an appalling example for school children. I mean, you guys remember how he dressed down those kids that were standing behind him at a press conference, daring to wear a mask in the height of the pandemic? And he didn't want them as props that way? That's who we're dealing with. He's a bully. He's not a good, decent man. And I'm sorry to say it. It pains me to say it. But I'm not going to hide what is obvious, the truth to me. You deserve better. You deserve a governor who really has a heart, who really cares about you, who cares about our children, who cares about the future of this state, as you put it, and will not set a precedent as this governor did this morning. He hit a new low. That's the precedent DeSantis did.
You just mentioned that you can't handpick your state's attorneys, but if you're elected, would you give Andrew Warren a position in your office?
Stay tuned. I think he's great. It's an affirmative answer. Yeah.
In the meantime, how would you advise Warren to proceed?
Oh, I wouldn't. I'm sure he's getting great advice. And, you know, I was able to see some of the end of his press conference today. And I think it was speaking from the heart. He's got a great heart. He's an extraordinarily good man, as Sean said. And that's why he got elected and he got reelected. People trust him, and they can, and they should. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Thank you.